My name is Carly. I was diagnosed with papillary thyroid cancer November 2019. And the way that I found out, my husband and I love to travel. And when my son was born, after he was born, we vowed to get back out on the road. So when he was about 4 months old, we moved down to Mexico, and I wasn't really feeling that well. I was lethargic. I noticed that I was losing a lot of hair in the shower. And so I went to have a full body massage done. And after that massage, she let me know that there was a lump on my neck, and I hadn't noticed it at that point. Cruz was about 4 months old then, and I wasn't too concerned about it. I just thought maybe it was something hormonal, so I vowed to watch it. We ended up leaving Mexico and moving back to Austin, where we're from, and when he was about 8 months old, I noticed that the bump was growing. So within that 4-month time, it had probably doubled in size from the first time that she pointed it out to me. So I went and kind of went through the testing. I had an ultrasound done. The ultrasound came back as, lots of red flags all over the place. I went and saw a thyroid surgeon who did an ultrasound on me, and before she even did the biopsy, she let me know that it was papillary thyroid cancer. She said that we would do a biopsy to confirm it, but just by looking at it, she could tell. This was really, really very surprising. I mean, a cancer diagnosis always is, but I've lived my life in a very holistic, natural way, so I really couldn't comprehend how something like this was happening. It turns out that it was connected to some dental things, a dental infection from an accident that I had in college. I fell, I broke this bone, I knocked out my 2 front teeth, I broke this bone in my mouth, and for a decade I had this really, really deep infection growing that I never knew. I didn't have pain. Now, looking back, I see photos of myself smiling. I can see that there was some inflammation up there, but it just wasn't something that was on my radar. And so now, going through all the holistic care, the integrative treatment that I've gone through, I understand why this happened and how this happened. But going back to when I first got that diagnosis, she said it's papillary thyroid cancer. They wanted to take out my thyroid. It had spread to my lymph nodes, so she wanted to open up the entire left side of my neck all the way underneath my ear. And she actually took her finger and said, "You'll have a scar from here to here." And that's kind of when I broke down crying and lost it. And, I told her never do that to a patient ever again. And it was really tough. Like I said, my son was 8 months old. It was a complete shock. It was never something I was equipped for. I knew nothing about cancer at the time. And so before I even left that appointment, she had scheduled me for surgery. And there was something within me that didn't sit right with me, because okay, you're going to take my thyroid out, but at that point I didn't understand how this could have happened. How does someone who's a yoga teacher and a health coach and eats organic and lives in a non-toxic home, how does this happen to me? And so I put the brakes on the surgery pretty quickly, and I said, I need to understand why this happened before we jump into removing things from my body, because I know that it's a common occurrence that people have cancer, it goes away, and then it comes back again. And I'm in my mid-30s with a young child, want more children. Like, that wasn't something that I was gonna sign up for. People ask if I ended up having the surgery, and I don't have a scar, so I still have my thyroid. I know that some people have the surgery and then they come down to Hope4Cancer to do rehabilitation work to make sure that they kill the cancer stem cells. That was something that I found really, really fascinating. Something I learned on my journey is that chemo, radiation, and surgery don't kill cancer stem cells. So we still have those circulating tumor cells, and you need lifestyle changes. You need things like EGCG. You need the non-toxic targeted therapies that they do here, like SBDT that we do. That's what you need to kill the circulating tumor cells. So Some people, they have surgery and they come here. I came here right from the get-go, and I still have my thyroid. I feel really, really fortunate about that. My labs are all in the perfect range. There's no inflammation in my body. My labs look great, and my thyroid is in a really good place as well. So now I just continue to show up, to do the work, to monitor things, and to every day continue to stay in that healing mindset. So that's where I am today. So I had known well enough to know that there were things like holistic integrative clinics, and I actually went to one in Florida first. And it was that doctor there who said, let's look at the connection between what's going on in your thyroid and your dental health. Because I told him my story. I told him about how I fell in college, and he said, we need to get you to a biological dentist. And when I got to that dentist, he did a cone beam 3D scan and said it was one of the worst infections that he'd ever seen in his life. My mouth was black with infection. I had had 2 implants, a root canal at that point, and then I also had an infection in all 4 of my wisdom teeth. So while I was in Florida, I did 3 different surgeries to remove the infection from my mouth while doing a lot of detoxification, like, saunas and IVs, things that we do at Hope4Cancer, but I really didn't resonate with the doctor there. He made me, I had no clue what I was doing. I said, should I get a PET scan? What about this? I had so many questions, and he made me feel stupid when I was trying to research and understand what was going on. And so when I left that clinic, I pretty much vowed that I was never going to go back there again because of how I felt being there. It was about 6 months after I was originally diagnosed when I knew that I needed kind of like my forever team. I needed people I needed it, not my doctor in the States who was telling me I should only have surgery. That was my only option. Not the doctor that I'd met in Florida who made me cry every time. I needed someone who respected me and who approached my healing with love and care. And I found out about Hope4Cancer at that point. And it's really been a very blessed journey since then. I came down here, and the first thing that I was amazed at was how much we do in a day. We do what here in a day, what we did in a week at the other clinic. So, I mean, just from the moment that you walk in here, you can feel the love. You can feel that God is here. People greet you with a hug, and they look you in the eye, and you sit down with your doctor. Anytime you need, you can ask questions. And my thing is always like, can I have one more question? Can I ask you one more thing? And they're always like, yes, of course. It's never someone rushing out of the room. I've only cried happy tears since I've been here, never frustrated, sad tears. And to have people who really see you and are really holding space for your journey, your healing, has been healing in and of itself. So I'm now here back on my 3rd time back. Everything just continues to move in a positive direction. I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life. And these therapies that we do here, this is just a part of my life here. They've taught me how to take everything that we do in the 3 weeks that we're here and how to bring it home, how to set up a wellness center at home so that they're teaching. The first 3 weeks they taught me and they empowered me, and then I was able to take that and live it out on my own. And then I come back, I came back for my 3-month visit, I come back for my 6-month visit, they check me, they look at my labs, they do the scans, and then I know, I have markers for how everything's going, and it's just been, it's been a positive upward trajectory ever since the first day that I came here. And at this point, someone asked me yesterday, like, so how often how long are you going to keep going to Hope4Cancer? And I was like, the rest of my life. This is my medical team. This is my healing home. It's not a bad deal that every 6 months I need to come to beautiful Cancun and be here with the incredible team. And so, for the rest of my life, I'll come back here and have them keep tabs on me and to ensure that I keep moving in a positive direction. But I'm a completely different human being than I was a year and a half ago, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and that's all to what they've taught me here and how they've loved me and shown me care and respect and just, like I said, held space for my healing journey.